Hello, everybody. It's Larry the GM, and we are here for our Astros daily lineup analysis. I'm still having chat problems. I gotta go figure that out, guys. I will reset my computer and see what I can
Playing from
do.
Lawrence's iPhone.
But what I will do, folks, is okay. Now we got uh, there we go. Sorry about that. Um, I've got my phone called up with the YouTube. So if folks are on the YouTube side, please make your comments there. That means probably, guys, if you're making comments on the Twitter side, I will not see them. So please jump over to the YouTube, which is a good advertisement for the YouTube channel, folks. We need some more subscribers on the YouTube side. Folks that like me doing videos, the way to ensure I do videos is to get on the YouTube side and subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the video on YouTube. That'll drive the algorithms to give us some more visibility there. And to also, the other thing to do for us to support the site is either join on the Patreon site and become a member there for $5 a month, or become a Moneymaker member for $20 a month. Or you can do the same on the Larry the GM website, become a premium member for $5 a month, and you can join as a Moneymaker member on the Larry the GM site. Okay, guys, so the point of the Moneymaker, this is the last day the Moneymaker articles are going to be free and available to the world. What I'm going to do going forward, I got a good suggestion of this, is we will pull one of the, we'll call it the best bet of the day, and I will post that, and I will post that with a link to the Moneymaker article. But that Moneymaker article is going to require you to be a Moneymaker member of the site, to either the Patreon site or the YouTube site. So I will have links to the Larry the GM site or to the Patreon site, and I will have links to the Larry the GM site, and there you can, and Larry the GM, you can see the links to the Patreon site and figure out how to join there. All right, so guys, that's the housekeeping. Let's get into the matchup, because I know it's already 6:30. Game's going to be 36 minutes away. Also want to highlight to you guys, earlier today, Clint the GM is back. Hallelujah. Clint the GM is back and giving you guys some content. Please jump on the chance to read his first impressions of the starting rotation. It's really interesting. Clint had an article, published it sent it to me last night. Got a lot of the same takes and information that I have in an article that is probably going to blow your mind. I'm going to give you a little bit of a preview. It's about 2/3 of the way done. It'll come out during the game. I'll work on it during the game. Basically, my article is they are better than last year. And you guys are going to say, Larry, you're crazy. They stink. They're 1-5. I'm going to show you why 1-5 may not be as bad as you may think. And there's some other folks coming out with similar takes, so it's good to see that I won't be completely out on the ledge. So that's an important way to set up for today. As always, with the Moneymaker content here in these articles, I am not making any recommendation. I am not making any guarantees. There's nothing implied, and there's no guaranteed results here. This is information that some people in the past have been able to use to make money. Okay, and so if you choose to use that information in that way, then more power to you. I'm giving you power to do that. I'm giving you links to the Bovada website, which will take the sorts of bets that I'm talking about in the best bets category. And what I will say is that if it works, great. If you start making money on these, then I think you need to make give old Larry GM some credit and jump on there with a Moneymaker account. So if you start using long term just the one single best bet I put out, then maybe jump in and get the Moneymaker content to help pay for the access to this sort of work. All right, so baseball is not a sport that lends itself to this kind of strategy. So just so you know, it's baseball, baseball, baseball. And number two, I'm going to be very blunt. These are not necessarily what I want to happen, but this is what I think will happen with that. So here we go. The Moneymaker contact. There's your links to join either on the website or on the Patreon site. You may want to jump on a chance to take a look at the series article. We'll have another article for the series for the next series. I believe it's versus the Rangers. I'm so focused on today. I'm literally like the players. I'm just focused on today, folks. I'll worry about tomorrow. So, I believe we're playing the Rangers next. I can check that, or somebody can validate that for me in the chat. That'd be nice. Sorry, I don't know that. I'm still focused on today. All right, the data here uses 2023 xWOBA data. I will consider updating that when we get further into the season, but the sample sizes are really important with this data to keep you from getting too much noise. Let's take a look at Christian Javier versus the Blue Jays. Today, in his first game, as you guys know, Javier had a really good game. I want to click that down so you see the whole table. Javier had a really good game, and he gave up no runs in 6 innings, which was awesome. And as for us xWOBA folks, he pitched a 182 xWOBA in that first start, and that was versus his 2023 xWOBA of 323. His xWOBA in 2023 was 323, which, guys, he exceeded expectations. Is another way to say that. You can see his splits, righty versus lefty. He's really very, very close. Basically the same pitcher to both. Basically slightly below average to both. Average being 319 last year. But the reality is that if you're that good versus both platoons of players, you're actually pretty good. You'll notice that his fastball gets hit more, fairly hard, and you'll notice that the breaking pitches and the off-speed pitches are really well. Although he did not use that off-speed pitch versus righties, hardly at all. Now this will go into the content that Clint gave you earlier. There seems to be a shift going on with the Astros. You're going to see this in my article today, later tonight too. The Astros seem to be using more and more changeups, off-speed pitches. So it'll be interesting to see if we see that trend hold with Javier again tonight. I don't. Let me jump to Clint's article. I know he went pitcher by pitcher, and I don't remember Javier exactly. Let's see. There it is. Show you Clint's article while we're talking, because Clint did a great job of breaking down for each one of the pitchers. Changeup so far. Yeah, there you go. Changeup. And this is both righties and lefties. 4.13, and he used it 28% of the time in his first start. That is really what's going on here for multiple pitchers, guys. So we're going to see if that trend holds, and if it does, that could be really exciting for tonight for the Astros. So as you see, his changeup was really good versus left-handed hitters last year, and very, very few pitches. This is probably not a significantly significant sample to be quoting too much. But you see the Toronto Blue Jays and who does well. And if you'll remember, when we've done these daily matchups, 328 down here at the bottom, that's actually been one of the Blue Jays and the Yankees. As we've gone through these guys have good lineups, right? We're not facing bad teams. And for Javier to have a 328 versus a good hitting team, it means it's a pretty favorable matchup for Christian Javier. It is still slightly worse than average, but a 328 expected WOBA from the other team means they would be projected to score about 4.9 runs tonight. And as far as a best bet, you can see that Vladimir Guerrero should be their best batter tonight. And that's the only one that I would go on the Bovada. I mean, I don't gamble, guys. Well, I rarely gamble. And so Vladimir Guerrero, 384 on the Bovada website as of about an hour ago. They had a listing for Javier Guerrero greater than 1.5 total hits, runs, and RBIs. That's when I would pick at a minus 150. If he get, based on that XWOBA, he should do better than that. So there's my choice for the Blue Jays tonight. And the fact is, I don't really have any other choices now. Springer and Bichette, borderline options. I mean, if you wanted to just throw money away or take some chances, hey, you should jump on a Springer and Bichette and find maybe getting more than half a hit for each one of those, and maybe that's the way to go. I'm not recommending that. I'm just saying if you really wanted to apply that would be a way to do it. All right, the Astros data at the very end of the bottom line versus Chris Bassitt. Now, Chris Bassitt had a really rough first game. He gave up 4 runs in 5 innings, and that first start was a 3.17 xWOBA start, which they said, well, that seems like it's better than the results, and that's true. Chris Bassitt had a BABIP of 357 in that game, which means that's a very unlucky BABIP for the pitcher. And so Chris Bassitt should have been able to do better than he ended up being. But, it's basically an average quality pitching start. And his 2023 xWOBA average was 310. And you can see his stats. He's significantly worse versus left-handed hitters versus right-handed hitters. Now, guys, I just gave you maybe I've been so busy. I haven't seen on Twitter tell me if there's screaming and yelling about John Singleton playing tonight, but I just told you why. John Singleton, left-handed hitter versus Chris Bassitt, significantly worse as a pitching to left-handed hitters. That's the reason John Singleton's playing tonight. Now you can look at the Singleton, and guys, we're just going to have to get comfortable with the Singleton data here. Is rarely going to say screaming like, go play John Singleton. We're never going to have an official recommendation to bet on John Singleton probably until August when I have enough data from 2024 in the database. He's even here in August. But John Singleton, lefty, the Astros are going to bank on that versus a pitcher that has kind of platoon split like Chris Bassitt, 331 versus lefties and 289 versus righties. And you see that what the Astros will be hoping for is that John Singleton can work Chris Bassitt into a situation where Chris Bassitt is throwing that fastball, which is not great, to John Singleton. That's the thing to go look for tonight. Does John Singleton get a fastball from Chris Bassitt in one of his earlier at-bats during the game? Obviously, when you look at that table, you see who's red. They've been red all year. They're going to be red all year. I'm going to probably tell you that they're the best bets all year. It's Kyle Tucker and Yordan Alvarez. Well, guess what? They're left-handed versus Chris Bassitt. So there's your where it makes sense. And that's what we're going to see. Now, I know that Yordan Alvarez has been terrible. He's had terrible luck. And you're about to see some of that data in the article that'll be out in a couple hours. I'm not freaking out about Yordan Alvarez. Now, if Yordan Alvarez is hurt or something to that effect, then we need to find that out. But I've not heard anything that says he's hurt. I've not heard anything that his xWOBA data that's based on the contact he's making and his BABIP data based on the contact he's making, he's been terribly unlucky. And so, guys, I am tripling down tonight on Yordan Alvarez. You can see that Yordan Alvarez is a 479 xWOBA player versus Chris Bassitt. If this was tomorrow and I was publishing one best bet to make, it would be Yordan Alvarez over 1.5 total bases, which is a minus 115 Bovada bet. Kyle Tucker 410 tonight, again over 1.5 total hits, runs, and RBIs. That's a minus 155 Bovada bet. But I'm saying Yordan Alvarez over 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Yordan Alvarez to hit a home run. I'm tripling down. That's what I will have in my tracker for what I'm saying for Yordan Alvarez. One of these days, Yordan Alvarez is going to break out, and he's going to break out hard, and he's going to hit home runs, and he's going to hit doubles, and he's going to drive in runs, and the Astros are going to ride on his back to victory. So, guys, that's the status for today, and you see that. Well, at the end of the day, the overall xWOBA for the Astros was 330. It was 328 for the Blue Jays. So basically, the xWOBA projected lineup analysis says the Astros win 5 to 4.9. All right, so that's how close the game could be, and might become a bullpen game. Let's hope that the bullpen starts pitching like the bullpen should pitch. And there you go. So questions, if you have, I have the YouTube up if you guys want to ask any questions there. Otherwise, that is your Astros daily lineup analysis. Again, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, the Larry the GM YouTube channel. Please join the website, become a member of the website, become a premium member, a MoneyMaker member to help fund all the work that we do to help pay for the website and pay for some publicity for the website. Or you can join on the Patreon side. I know it's almost game time. 6:48. Last call for any questions for the Astros and the Astros game. The last call. All right, guys. Well, hope you have a good evening. Hope let's go Astros, and we'll talk to you tomorrow, or we'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.